Fortunately, unfortunately, I've met Moses Shepherd. I know Sharon Rose. She's got a couple commercial properties. Who else? Ivy properties there. They're African American. No, it's not Ivy Sheldon. Another Ivy. I know a few families that are in the space, and their properties are kind of all over Detroit. I'm going to encourage the organization to lock arms with both RIA and DBR to focus in on the Piety Hill neighborhood, which is north of West Grand Boulevard, south of Claremont. We kind of back into Boston Edison. But there's really no one other than Lisa Johannan that's over there really working that community, not too far from where you got some units, and have a concerted effort. So if you bring in roughly 4 organizations, let's say 200-300 people kind of focused in on one community, you can turn that a lot faster, because it's just going to end up looking like a forgotten space, because everybody will be in Midtown. And how it'll come together is both workforce housing as well as student housing. One, we're going to try to collaborate with Wayne State, and 2, we're going to try to collaborate with Henry Ford Beaumont as they move forward. We brought them in earlier in the year. They're spending $1 billion, so that hasn't changed. That's a real economic opportunity, so stay tuned for that, because I think the neighborhood is big enough that we can all eat off of. It's got some 2 units, some 4 units, a couple abandoned apartment buildings, but and some vacant land. So it's got everything you would want to kind of play with. And I think that's going to be a great opportunity for us as a people to work together and get something positive happening. And we can show. And the bank, Liberty Bank, which is on Owens, I believe, and Woodward, is actually run by a guy named Drexel Amy. I think he's about the only person in the room that ever met my father, but he kind of looks like my dad. So I'm gonna try to work him and see about collaborating. So if we can bring some money to the table, we've got use on the back end, and now all we got to do is make the property and the community feel a little safer. You light it up, throw some fences up, encourage people to ride some bikes, much like they did through Midtown. It's going to be a good it's going to be a good look for us in 2013. So stay tuned for that. Education, real quick. One, I'm going to relaunch the capacity building program. That'll start January 17th. That's the 3rd Saturday of the month. That is, let me get that down. So it's $20 per meeting for members and $50 for non-members. And that'll start again, as I said, third Saturday in January. There we go, 2013. And then the other part is there's an organization that I'm a part of called Commercial Financial Specialists. And some of the things that Rodney addressed earlier are brought up through this class. It's called a Commercial Loan Officer Training. I know Walter's been through it, I've been through it, Curry's been through it. Ryan Glenn's been through it. Most of them are doing deals, and everybody's making money. So it may be something you might want to take a look at. And we get a combination of classes covering analysis and process, types and terms, rules and regulations, forms and documents, percentages and ratios, marketing and sales. So you can literally go through this class over a 6-week period and get into the commercial lending space, from starting simply from bird dogging all the way up to doing your own deal from nuts to bolts. So, and we encourage people to bring a deal in during the class, so you could actually work it as we're going through the class. There's no better way of kind of edification than doing a deal and making money as you get your certificate. So get plugged into that. That'll start same time, January 17th. We'll be doing those upstairs in the 5th floor conference room. And unless anybody has...
I got an announcement, I guess, sort of is informal. Just want to let everybody know that, first of all, I'm on the board for a charter school. It's called Chancey Convent Academy. They'll be building from the ground up. It's supposed to be starting next year. The school was supposed to start this year. They were supposed to buy a building from DPS, and that kind of went under. So So anyway, they're building a brand new building on the southwest side, and I already know that Boma Construction is probably going to be the CM on it.
Who?
Boma Construction down in Grand Rapids.
Oh, okay.
But on this board, and because, you know, my experience doing schools and construction, and I've already made it clear, that I'm not going to approve any contracts with anybody on their job unless I see some local participation. So what I've agreed to do is submit a list of contractors, you know, people that I know. If anybody's interested here, under various trades, or looking for different trade people. Now, they just did the high school. If you're familiar with DEPSA, well, that's again, this is on ground sort of the same group. DEPSA, they just did the high school over here on St. Albans just last year. They built it up in four or 5 months.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's going to be a similar type thing. Now again, I don't know who was on that project. I wasn't. Nobody I knew. Well, the thing is, I know they're going to probably they're going to bring the same people over, but from the trade standpoint, I'm telling you, we got to have some participation. So what I'm going to do is submit names. So if anybody interested, any trade interested in building this new high school, everything you're going to need in this school, everything from paving, plumbing, everything. We're going to need everything on this thing. I want to be to submit all these things to Boma. I mean, through their own address to Boma, and tell them they're going to look at this list. And before we agree to contract, I want to see they're going to have people already agreed, some kind of agreement in place, you know, before I approve anything. So again, this is something I've always thought. For some reason, I can't figure out why it hasn't worked in the city. But my thing is, you're in a position to make a difference. You have to. I mean, we're not going to ask for quotas or anything. But I mean, if you're going to tell them, you're going to tell them we need, and if it's going to delay it, it's going to delay it. I'm going to tell the guys it's going to delay it, but we're going to make sure this happens. So anyway, if you're interested in any trade, please give me a card, or I don't know, get it through you or whatever, because I want to submit names in. We're going to be meeting in January to talk about agreement, we can negotiate an agreement with them. But prior to that, I want to be able to talk to the CM about the trades and who they got in there, so we can make the meeting move smoothly. If they got folks in there and it sound like it makes sense and they made an effort, then fine. But if I question it, I'm going to have enough delay in the whole thing. And my hope on the board goes along with me. So anyway, that's all I want to mention.
One question. Where's the project located?
It's going to be on the southwest side. They're actually going to, I don't know if I should even say it, they're going to acquire a park on the southwest side, somewhere in the southwest side. I want to say
Michigan or something?
it's going to be in the Latino part.
Yeah, that's what I think it's something.
Yeah, I think, but I'm saying Patton Park, something like that. You know, I don't know, but I know they're in negotiations. But anyway, it's going to be on that side of town because that's where the, you know, to say where the need is, and that's where it's supposed to go. But yeah, I'm saying again, I haven't seen no drawings come out, but if you go by that high school, more than likely that's where the prototype is going to be very similar to the high school over on St. Antoine. St. Albans and Wilson.
It's on the backside of Eastern Market.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's the same type of thing. So I know they want to bring the same type of group, and because whoever did it, so we want to do what they're running. We're going to have, in my opinion, we're going to have, have a little bit different, little bit more
Flavor.
personal work. Yeah, I got to put some people to work.
Is this going to be a union or a non-union trip?
I don't be honest with you, I don't know.
I think it'll be a PLA. So they'll be sniffing around as always. Yeah, because I think the charter school foundation actually kicked in on the money for that.
Right, yeah. We just had a presentation with them last month, that's why. It was interesting, that whole financing, that's a very creative way to show up. And I mean, in this particular school, the only reason I'm on the board because I know Mr. Bland, he's done a great job with the Delta. Delta's the only blue ribbon school in the state of Michigan,
Right?
public or charter. So he's doing a great job over there, and he started his own management company, and he's got a couple of schools, and all of them seem to be doing well. And I might be on a team to come to educate my kids, but like I said, when it comes to his work, and unfortunately, everybody he's used up to this point, it's not necessarily us like this. But I insist, it's the way I say. If they do it, I resign from the board if I can't make this happen. But anyway, but please, information.
You said just a minute ago that you mentioned earlier. You said that you're going to try to get them to produce a percentage.
Well, no, I'm not necessarily percentage, but I'm going to give them a name. I'm going to give them a list of subcontractors. People, there are people I know, again, because I'm in the business as well, but there are others that are interested. I'm going to put in a list of these. It'd be nice to have 2 or 3 names under each category,
Right.
And then go from there. Like I said, and I know not everybody will get in, but it's got to be, to me, in my opinion, it's got to be substantial. I guess it's got to be an effort, because I want to be to contact you. If you're on the list, I want to find if they called you and what they told you. I want to find out before, I want to know what the discussion was. So,
Why don't you have them give an outreach or something like that?
but not enough time.
No, it's not.
We gotta start, they wanna start in March, because it gotta be open for next September. Not enough time.
This is elementary or junior high?
K through 8. And eventually, possibly with the potential to expand later.
Okay, all right. There's a lead I wasn't even expecting in the room, so there you go, folks. Make sure you've signed in. All right, knocking yourself out. Also, make sure you pick up the latest, greatest hot copy of Detroit Black Pages. Great news in there. I did not write an article for this particular edition, but I'm gonna get back on that. You'll see Cole's Corner on a regular basis. Hey, you gotta do what I do. Well, and in between, and I talked about the engineers and hung out with the architects, but I also started doing some stuff with the Michigan Black Caucus, because they really want to make sure who's going to be mayor, and that's actually coming together. So there's some behind the scenes stuff that's been fun.
Mike Duggan.
Along.
Mike Duggan, what we going for here?
Yeah, I've been to a couple Duggan presentations, actually interfaced with Durhall. I ain't heard many yet, but that should be coming soon. And along with that, the Design Build Institute of America, I'm still a member of them in MAP. So I kind of get as much varied information as to who's doing what to who and how much and where we can get engaged. And making sure that at the end of the day, I keep bringing back opportunities for the organization. Because we got enough folks here. We got roads, we got steel, we got paint, we got plumbing, electrical. We are not missing anything. And matter of fact, I was supposed to do this under the other organization. We may do a mechanical kind of outreach, because I got some mechanical engineers. I want to bring them together with mechanical contractors, kind of lock